Hey guys, Fuzzy Owl here. Welcome to a rambling video. This is going to be where I kind of just sit in front of a camera and I talk about something that's on my mind. Once again, kind of a test video. If you notice, my room's a little bit different. I got Mothra here with me, Mothra on the screen back there too. And let's just talk about something that I've been thinking about all day long, which is the Rotten Tomato views about Godzilla King of the Monsters. So I got to start off this video by saying I'm not necessarily surprised. Not that I thought it was going to be a bad movie or anything, but I'm pretty aware that it's a Godzilla movie, and I feel like some of the reviews that I'm seeing are very much like, I don't know what they were expecting, if they were expecting an Oscar-worthy picture. Now, that's not to say that I'm making excuses for Godzilla. Like, it should still have a compelling story. It should still be a good movie, and I think with what we're going to get, I think it's going to be at least enough to keep us involved in the story with the humans, but what we're really there to see is kaiju fighting and Godzilla becoming king of the monsters. That's the title of the movie. He's the title character. And I just think that most of the stuff I'm hearing on Rotten Tomatoes is kind of conflicting. I've heard a lot of things about the story being convoluted and hard to follow. I can feel that. I definitely can tell from the trailers that they showed us almost every single scene in the film. I feel like maybe a little bit of it is tough to follow. There's a lot of different stuff going on and a lot of characters where I feel like within one movie with this many characters where there's not necessarily any prelude to these characters, sans, Sarazawa and maybe one or two others. I just feel like there's too many characters, perhaps, and I feel like that could convolute the story, and maybe they should kind of condense that down into less characters. But then again, I haven't seen the film. I could be totally wrong about that. They could all serve their purpose, and it could all be worth it. I hear it's comedic, but the main thing I wanted to focus on is you got certain reviews saying that there's this one that says Godzilla King of the Monsters is now the worst American Godzilla movie. Say what you will about Roland Emmerich's, referring to the 1998 Godzilla film, but at least he showed Godzilla a lot. I feel like maybe he watched Godzilla 2014 and thought he was watching the new one. That doesn't seem to make any sense. In almost every scene that we were shown so far, Godzilla seems to be in it. He seems to be in a lot of scenes. Full body Godzilla, he's going to be fighting a lot. So I don't necessarily understand this one. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, while I haven't seen the film, and I am a firm believer of anything is possible. I've been disappointed. I've been surprisingly delighted before. I don't think this one's going to be worse than the 1998 film. As a personal fan of the 1998 film, I was 8 years old when it came out, and I loved it. As an adult, I'm well aware of it. Like, I know it's not the best movie, but I don't think this new one is going to be worse. I just don't believe that. I feel like there's going to be all the camp and quirkiness of like characters from the Heisei era mixed with, the monsters, the kaiju from the Heisei and Showa era. And I feel like that's going to be a good mix. I feel like everything that's going to happen in this movie, I'm going to be delighted by, because it's going to be like, oh yeah, I mean, like, that's either a little knock to something corny that happened in the Heisei era or a little nod to something cool that happened in the Heisei era or something like that. I feel like casual moviegoers are not going to understand any of that, and that's the thing. And this is my big issue with the Rotten Tomatoes reviews, because I just feel like if you're going to be reviewing on Rotten Tomatoes, and by the way, I don't think there's much criteria for that to be a top critic. Like, you're talking about a 34 plus movie series, and if you don't understand that going in, I don't know what to tell you. And again, that's the same way. These critics can obviously say, yeah, I just didn't like it, and this is what I'm saying I didn't like about it, and that's fine. They're allowed to have their opinions. I just feel like a lot of the opinions are conflicting, like the not enough Godzilla one. And then half the other reviews are, well, there's too much Godzilla. All it is big monsters fighting and a convoluted storyline. I'm going to try not to think about it, because I'm still super hyped for this movie. And if you're a Godzilla fan, you're still super hyped for this movie. We'll see the audience reviews. I hope it does well in the box office, because that's going to allow it to continue with the MonsterVerse, and we can get more films. And hopefully they'll get better and better as they go along. So I am hoping for at least, worldwide, when all is said and done, at least 500 million, 600 million. Because if you add like the multiplier to how much the budget costs, They probably got to at least hit like 400 million to start making profit after that point, to break even, and then they got to make profit worldwide. So I want to see this movie make profit so they can continue to make more films in the MonsterVerse. It is kind of a little disheartening to see all the negative reviews. Mothra, what do you think? But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. I've heard some very positive reviews as well. Look, yeah, I'm interested to see Kyle Chandler's performance. It's cool seeing Millie Bobby Brown in a feature film, like a blockbuster, a summer blockbuster. And I hope that I do connect with these characters on some level, because as a writer and as a consumer of entertainment and media, I do like to emotionally connect with characters I'm either writing or watching. And I hope that is still there. But I just feel like when I think about what I've been thinking about for the past year, waiting for this film, is to see Godzilla kill Ghidorah. And I know that's kind of shallow, but I mean, I'm a Godzilla fan. I do like the human stories. I like a lot of the humor from stuff from the Showa era and the Heisei era. And I'm interested to see that stuff, but I'm there to see Godzilla fight. And it's going to be a visual spectacle. And a lot of people that do like it say it is fantastic. I'm excited to see how creative the fight scenes are, even if they're not creative, but they do carry some weight. That's what I want to see in this film. And that's about all I got to say about it. I really hope that it breaks even and makes profit off of it so we can get more Godzilla films. And tell me what you guys think. What do you think about these Rotten Tomato reviews? Are you even taking them seriously? I personally am taking them a little bit seriously, because people's opinions, positive or negative, are still their opinions. I just think that there's a little bit of disconnect between some critics and a 65-year running series. Here's hoping for the best. There you have it. That's all I got to say. Let me know what you think. Are you guys still excited to see the movie even after all this negative press? If you're not excited about it, tell me why. If you are, tell me why. I'm going to be seeing it tomorrow night in IMAX. I'm super excited. And even just knowing what the soundtrack is like, and even just seeing what I've seen in the previews, which, by the way, I'm kind of only going off of trailer 1. I've washed the remainder of the marketing from Warner Brothers out of my head, because they showed everything. Like I just, there's the last couple trailers I didn't even watch. And the ones that I did, I regret seeing it. But I'm still excited. So I'm going off of the first trailer. And if the movie at all feels like that, with that epic scope, with that beauty of Mothra, with all this and that, then I think I'm going to really enjoy it. So let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.